after this, I really liked the movie business, and I got hired to work on some more movies. One in New Mexico. I did Wardrobe. It was a rodeo movie, and it was a lot of fun. It had Ann Archer and James Coburn in it, and I was, again, wardrobe assistant. But I'm a writer. That's what I really am, and so I was writing all the time. And I met a man named Orlando Suero. Orlando Suero was a Hollywood stillman. He gave me his business card, said, come on out to Hollywood and call me when you get there. I said, I will. I moved to Hollywood to get in the business, called Orlando. Mary, come on over to the set of Shampoo. So I get there and he's got Nikon cameras hanging on him. We're in Hollywood. And we hug and greet and talk, do the Hollywood, friendly, love you thing. And then within minutes, Warren Beatty, the star of the show, the guy is in his 20s, he's absolutely is in his prime of beautiful attractiveness. He's got these eyes that just melt you. He just, I don't know if you can see it for me, he just stands there in front of me like this, doesn't say anything. So I'm like, well, what do I do? We hadn't even been introduced. Is he going to ask me on a date? What's going on here? Finally, I'm having all these imaginations about Warren Beatty. I'd seen him in a movie. So Orlando says, oh, Warren, this is Mary. I'm like, Farron, she did wardrobe on da-da-da. Wardrobe, boom. He looked down, kind of stepped back, and he walked away. I was really disappointed. He was expecting an actress out of me, I guess, which I did later become. But anyway, I said, Warren, wait. I'm a cowgirl from Colorado, and I can teach you how to ride a bull. He still didn't come back. Now I called my mother, said, Mom, I met Warren Beatty. She's like, really? Man, what was he like? Well, he's good looking, but he's awkward. I said, he's kind of a geek. I didn't tell her what I was really thinking. If you want to read the story about Warren Beatty coming to dinner in his bathrobe, I was invited up there 6 months later with my boyfriend. You have to read my book. You fall off, you get back on. It's all in there. Who's got a question? Anybody into this? You don't even have to eat the chocolate if you don't. It looks really good. Lindor, strawberries and cream. Yes?
What was your favorite movie that you were in?
Oh, great question. Hardcore is a movie. Does anybody ever see that with George C. Scott? Another story, which I didn't have enough time to tell. But yes, I did an interaction with George C. Scott. I was an LA Free Press teller. So that was my favorite, although I was in Boulevard Nights too. And it's funny because I went out there to be a writer, but they kept putting me into movies. Anybody else? Yes?
Well, I read your book. What about your relationship with Clint Eastwood?
Clint Eastwood and I. Clint Eastwood, my boyfriend that I mentioned to you, the one that got me into Warren Beatty's house, he had a job on the Iger Sanction doing the sound. He climbed. This boyfriend was an amazing rock climber. He taught me to rock climb. So we went to Monument Valley, and there was Clint Eastwood. That was the part of the movie. And we'd sit at a big round table, like a long table. And I guess that maybe I was a little bit shy, so I didn't really have the interaction with Clint that I had with Warren Beatty. But I love Clint Eastwood because he's so professional and so energetic. And so my relationship was admiration for a total pro, doing a lot of his own stunts. Anybody else?
So you may have already answered the question there, but who was the nicest, who was the kindest actor that you worked with?
Jack Klugman. Absolutely. Yes, and Jack wasn't in Hollywood. I think that was the kindest to not fire me. Till I fall. I guess you could see I was a college kid. So yeah, my favorite was, yes.
So at what age was your last ride?
Funny you should ask.
Oh,
I tried to quit after high school because barrel racing is the only thing offered to girls, women. Once you leave high school, it's like mainly barrel racing and like stock show and stuff. I'm like, I'm not going to haul my horse around, so the country for one event. So my ride was on this movie in New Mexico where I met that still photographer. I was just in heaven there because I had Harry Vold, the stock contractor of the stock show, was down there. Larry Mahan, all world champion for 5 times. These guys were all working this movie because it was about rodeo. And they had steers, they had everything, so I got on one. So I was probably 23 and used bad judgment, got on it, but it did kind of run in a straight line. It wasn't, yes.
when was the happiest time of your life? What were you doing? Where were you at?
The happiest time of my life, in a way, although I loved rodeo as a child, but that's when you're being taken care of by your parents and they're hauling you around. One of the happiest times of my life is right now, because I'm a grandmother, and I'm writing, and I have a book. And I think having a book where you kind of pulled your life together and having fun with it, like going to stores and that people want to read it, and public speaking, I mean, that's my happiest time, I think ultimately is right now. I have a 4-year-old granddaughter named Bianca. She's just like, Yeah. Thank you so much. And,